So traders, we just gonna go over this last trade I had to end the week. Um, so it was about 1,000 pips in profit, and I'm gonna just basically give a rundown of what happened. So start down on the daily time frame, and this is my algorithm that I use. So basically, what we've been seeing is a lot of selling pressure around this area where this box is around at the top of this green line, which is at 10.76 100, and at the top of this resistance at 10.74885. So basically, every time price get up to this level, it's gonna sell. So if you know what head and shoulders is, this is perfect. This is a shoulder, and it's the head, pretty much. Or you could just say like it's like an M. So basically, price is just filling up these areas and levels where price has been before. So because the market is in such weird times because of all the news and inflation and whatnot, a lot of price action been bearish and bullish, and price just been zoning, ain't been moving pretty much. But we seen this from the last news release. This was the biggest bullish price action we've seen so far, maybe in 2022, besides these sell-offs. 2023. Apologies. So basically, my trade yesterday was a short. The day before that, it was a short. Basically, just filling this gap that this candle created, because this is a lot of price action. You should see a big pullback, at least 50%, when you see a lot of price action like this. So go to smaller time frames just so you can see what I was seeing. So basically, price is going to go back down to this level or this level. Now, because everything, well, price hasn't been making any lower lows below this level or this level in particular, after this zone was filled with this yellow line that I put, just so we can know when every time this area gets filled, every time. So this was the first trade, boom, about 800 some profits. This was the second trade, it was about 500 pips, and then this was the last trade, which was 870 pips. So I could have taken this trade all the way down to about 1,300 pips, but I didn't, because these were the levels that was more higher probability of getting hit. So once we broke out of this trend line right here, we never confirmed below the trend line. We're right here, but we needed another candle to make a lower low below this level to make this a possibility. So because it wasn't a possibility, I was just basically, that's my hedged scaling levels down here. Anything below this. So we made a lower low. If we would have made another lower low and went down all the way, we would have been setting our targets down here. So because we didn't, and I saw price action go bullish, that's when I pulled out. I'll say, okay, might not be going all the way down. But as you clearly can see, this is a good trade. Very good trade. So actually, my stop loss was above this area. It probably was around there, which they took out. So I just got back in because I seen there was a lot of selling pressure. We didn't make new highs, so I just got right back in at this candle. So my entry was still around here. So you could say my entry was roughly here. I had multiple entries. I was using about 2,000 margin to make back. I was scaled into this trade to challenge myself on a flip. Now I was using seizable risk, so every time a position got risk free, I pretty much put another position into the trade just so I can scale in at a good price and at good levels. Not scaling in the middle, but scaling in at the top. So how I like to place my trades, I place them on the 5-minute chart, just so I'm getting the best price, or at least I'm seeing a lot of the price action up close and personal. I feel like I do better when I'm actually watching price action myself. So these were my take profit levels. based on my fib. And I'm just going to make this a little simpler so it's easy for you guys to see it and read it. Okay, so as we were approaching London session, London is after this yellow line. I was looking at price action the whole week. It'll go up, create the open, or go down, create the open, then it'll go lower low or lower high. So yesterday, day before yesterday, I took this trade before the open, got in. I was in profit big right here. Then I scaled in at this level, then dropped all the way back down to the bottom again, or at least goes to this. But I got out when I was seeing price action. So I probably got out around here. So it was around like 400, 500 pips, depending on, had multiple positions. So it was easily 500 pips. You could say double that, but that wasn't my initial starting risk. My initial starting risk was about at 1.5% of my account balance. So yeah. So this was London when it opened. It was bullish. So I'm like, okay, algorithm telling us we seeing a lot of selling pressure. So we gonna see if the algorithm is telling us to buy or sell. So basically, approaching London, I would check my algorithm, KST, moving average lines, pretty much based on price action on a longer time scale right here. And then this is a shorter time scale, better for sharper entries. You can see all the, this is just following market volume and how many people trading at one time. And then last but not least, it's pretty much like a MACD, but it's a histogram that shows price action, bullish and bearish, depending on where we are in the market. So I would not place any buys in red. I would not place any sales in blue unless I know it's like breaking the trend line and price action is just about to flip into that. So if basically everything else was telling me bullish or bearish, and this was telling me pressure is selling off or it's overbought or oversold, then I would place my entry based on that. So back to the trade on a 5-minute chart, it was perfect. You see the higher highs, but price kept respecting the lows. So every time you see a higher high, it would automatically take that position back. So I'm like, okay, it's not respecting the buyers. So once you figure out what direction it's going, you could pretty much place your trades based on the market direction. Just your entry got to be sharp. If you're dealing with a currency like USDSEK or USDDK, a lot of currencies that have a lot of margin and value. So took sales around here. I scaled in about 3 or 4 times. I scaled in here, most likely. And then I went to sleep. So I woke up probably like halfway in the trade, and it was probably about here. And then that's when it just kept going back down. And my initial target was around here. So that was basically what I did. Because we weren't making higher highs, I just was like, okay, I'm going to go to sleep. If we're making higher highs, I get stopped out. That's cool. And then we'll be looking at buys for next week because it didn't make any higher highs so far. So you see this big giant level of resistance on a 5-minute every London session. So that's the top for London. London again, then the drop. So it was pretty much because I marked up my charts so well. I'm not saying I got the best markups, but the way I like to trade and when I'm available to trade, this is the markups that's been helping me. So I'm 3 for 3 on the week. I flipped the 5K account into 10K in a week, just trading this currency pair. Actually, I did take a trade on UJ as well, but because my risk was smaller on UJ because the volume in this currency is less than USDSEK. If you look at the ATR at the bottom, it'll tell you the exact amount of volume that's in the market. Wow, UJ is beautiful actually for next week. It's pretty simple of a setup. Maybe because my charts is clearer on here. That's another tip too for you guys. Make sure you can read your charts really good. Make sure you can understand what you're looking at. You understand when you're placing trades and when you're not placing trades, because that is the biggest determining factor in being profitable, being consistent with your system, the way you like to trade. Okay. So basically, we're looking at sales below this, and we trying to take it down here. This would be for next week. Please remind me to, or I might just do my weekly analysis on all my currency pairs, and I can tell you guys exactly where I think UJ is going to go when I'm actually trading it. But this is my biggest market indicator that I use. If you can read to just see the indexes of the currencies, you should get a great idea of where the currencies are going, pretty much, guys. So I would say, as long as you can read price action and you can follow where price is going when you are planning to trade and you good on your entries, you should have no problem with managing a small account and flipping it quickly and getting to a bigger account. If you got any questions, or you just want trading help or support, or you want to trade with some people, I trade pretty much 3 to 5 times a week. You can DM me on Instagram at Jrowbee, Jrowbee, or you can join the Signal group. It's probably about $20 a month, just for the regular subscription, or it's different plans, however you want to do it, but it's pretty cheap. You make your money back every month, probably like at least once or twice a week if you're looking at the market during London session, the US Open. You can find some great trades that my team is sending out. And yeah, feel free to DM me even if you just want to have a conversation about trading. My time is very valuable, so please respect that if you're going to DM me. I'm Jrow. Yep, reach out to me on Instagram, Twitter at Jrow, the Jrow underscore, or on YouTube at Instock 247-365. But I'm out. I'll leave I guess I can leave the links. I don't know if TradingView will let me, but it's been a great week. Close over 3,000 pips this week for sure. Maybe way more than that. If you guys want to see my weekly trading updates and my bills on small account, please let me know. And let me just give y'all a sneak peek on the account that I flipped this week right now. If you can see it. That is from this week, guys. Check the dates. And thank you guys, and you have a great day trading. Great week.